Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekend analysis this evening. I hope you had a wonderful week and hope you're all looking forward to a wonderful week ahead. So, before we begin, just want to let you all know that we have a few promos running till the 24th of May, which is a Sunday, starting with the Instant Pro, where you get 40% off using the promo code PRO40. Also, the Instant Prime, where you get 35% off using the promo code Prime35, and the Instant Classic, where you get 40% off using the promo code Classic40. We also have the Instant Light, where you get 30% off using the promo code Light30. And lastly, we have the Challenges, where you get 20% off using the promo code Challenges20. So, without further ado, let's jump in right into our analysis this evening. So, we have the dollar index here. The week started, and we had dip in the market, and then we came all the way back up. Then we dipped again, then we came all the way back up. Essentially, we just broke even. Like, it wasn't much of a movement this week, but hopefully, um, with the continued momentum that we had here, this consolidation will break out to the upside, and then we can probably see ourselves coming all the way back up to 101 for the dollar index. Then let's look at euro dollar. The euro dollar has also faced the same scenario, and we are still underway to 15 to 1.15. So next week we're anticipating that move as well. I do believe next week we should be having the no, we're not actually having the Fed interest rate next week. That is just NFP the week after. So we're just 1 week away from NFP. So you know what the markets are gonna do. The markets are gonna try and hit targets before the month ends. So let's be ready for that. Then let's look at dollar yen. Dollar yen has been recovering slightly to the upside after it broke this trend line to the downside here. We made a new low, we broke the trend line, and this one is moving quite well steadily to the upside. And we seem to be almost there to take profit around 160. So probably next week, especially with the dollar showing strength, we might actually reach there probably next week or even during the time of NFP, which is the week after. Then let's move over to pound yen. Pound yen is still in a consolidation apparently. Um, we seem to be slightly coming up this top here. We might actually be reversing from off that area, then probably coming all the way down to the midpoint here. Then maybe bouncing from that and coming to the upside. Right now, sentiment is also 50, almost 50-50. So that is one thing we need to keep in mind as well. Dollar index, sorry, not dollar index, dollar Mexican has also been in somewhat of a consolidation because of the dollar. Not much movement here, but hopefully next week you can probably go past this resistance and then this final resistance and then finally come all the way up to 1760. Then CAD Swiss, we had our pullback here. We almost thought we were going to get stopped out, but the Swiss francs surprisingly came all the way down to finish what it started, and we seem to be coming to the support level over here around 56 056 630. So most likely next week we could be seeing ourselves here. Then pound dollar. Pound dollar, we were looking for the market to come into this area. Well and good, it finally came there. And now we are anticipating this market to go down short. So everything seems to be aligning for the US dollar. But then also again, if it's aligning this way, it could be actually signaling that next week we could be having a weak dollar, but we're yet to see. I'm anticipating a strong dollar for next week. And then gold has been up and down. Right now we're coming back to break even. So it also seems here that we could be dipping once more to the downside. And if we break this support level, then we most definitely will be invalidated with this, especially since the fact that everything is aligning for the US dollar to strengthen next week. Then we also have NAS 100. NAS 100, we were still aiming for 330,000 on the NAS 100, but it seems like we've lost a bit of momentum. We started off strong with the week, but we seem to be slightly down. So we might actually be coming down into this resistance area before we actually come all the way up. Then Bitcoin got stopped out here, and it seems to be going down to the downside, surprisingly. So next week, if we do come below the support level and we breach below the support level, we could possibly go short and have a high stop loss over here. Then possibly this move could continue all the way down, possibly even to 50,000. That is how far I think it can go up to. That is my anticipation for Bitcoin. Then Ethereum. Ethereum is slowly pushing down nicely as we anticipated. And right now we are almost halfway through. So let's see if we do manage to reach 1,700 on Ethereum, especially with the dollar, which seems to be preparing to rip open next week as well. Then let's look at US 30. US 30, we entered here and we're very close to take profit, but it seems like we're a bit shy on that. It seems to be following what the NAS 100 is doing, so most possibly we could be seeing a pullback into this area of resistance. So that's what we can anticipate next week. And then possibly we can push back up to 51,000, and which is the final target on US 30. So this is where we come to an end with our analysis this evening. Hope you enjoyed it. And once more, don't forget we have the promos still running. That's the Instant Pro, which you get 40% off using the promo code PRO40. And the Instant Prime, where you get 35% off using the promo code PRIME35. And the Instant Classic, where you get 40% off using the promo code Classic40. And the Instant Light, where you get 30% off using the promo code Light30. And the Challenges, where you get 20% off using the promo code Challenges20. So this promo ends on the 24th of May at 11:59 PM CET. So make sure you grab yourself an account before this promo ends. So I hope you have an amazing weekend and happy trading.